What are you looking at? Hey everyone, and welcome back to Kenji Martial Arts. Now today I want to give you some tips and advice for perhaps the most important thing to any athlete, martial artist, or human in general. That's right, stretching. You probably read the title and thought, yes, stretching! That sounds like so much fun! Unable to suppress the joy that you now feel. Now, not everyone enjoys stretching, but seriously, this will save you from future injuries and deterioration. I literally never get injured from any form of exercise or martial arts, and I'm always ready to go, kicking it head high on demand whenever I want, and I owe all of that to stretching. So today I'm going to give you some advice on how to maximise, improve and make your stretching much more effective based on my own experiences. Always stretch when you're completely warmed up. Never ever stretch cold. That is the worst thing you could do. I like to compare this to ice. Imagine this piece of ice represents your muscles and your surrounding tissue like your tendons. So let's pretend that your muscles are unwarmed up like the piece of ice. Now I'm going to try and move and bend and stretch this piece of ice. This is your muscle now. You're going to have to deal with it. And look forward to putting up with all the pain from the injury and the time off training. Now let's change it. Let's heat up these pieces of ice, and what do we get? Water. The most flexible and fluid thing there is. Same principle applies to your muscles. Heat them up, then work them to stretch them out. You go a lot further and can protect yourself in the long run. I always stretch down at the end of the workout as a cool down. That's when I find my muscles are at their warmest and their most pliable. Now, how long do you think you should be stretching for? Go on, I want you to guess how many seconds you've got to be stretching for. Go on, I can wait. Have you got your answer? Good, you're probably wrong. Got ya. Seconds are not even involved. Think breaths. Breathe in, let the air reach the bottom of your lungs, and breathe out. Aim for between 10 to 20 breaths per stretch, depending on how deep you want it. And of course on both sides. I'm very impatient, so I find when I end up trying to count, I end up rushing the count, but if you're breathing, you can't rush a good breath. Breathing steadily and smoothly forces you to make sure that you're using your time effectively and getting the most out of your stretch. Don't try to force yourself down, because your muscles will just literally cause you to spring back up. Remember, think breathing. Breathe deep and sink into that stretch. Remember, this is a cool down, so there's no need whatsoever to aggravate your muscles. Now, moving up and down like this is called dynamic stretching. This is considered a riskier way to stretch. From what I've heard, certain athletes like ballerinas will use this type of stretching to push themselves to the extreme. I can't say I do this myself, but if you're interested in it, I recommend you do your own research. Next is to remember to stretch your muscles, not your joints. I've seen this a few times, but some people don't seem to understand that doing things like this to your wrists or this to your shoulders can just put pressure on your joints unnecessarily, and you're not actually getting any kind of benefit from it. You can't stretch bones, so don't even think about it. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong at all with trying to loosen up your joints to get yourself ready for your workouts. But it takes a special kind of genius to voluntarily put themselves in a joint lock and call it stretching. Now, everyone is different, so if you find that a certain stretch makes you feel like you're about to dislocate or break something, I'd recommend you stop. Now, don't overstretch yourself so you end up becoming a piece of melted cheese in a sandwich, or a piece of melted cheese on pizza, or a piece of melted cheese in a bagel, or a burrito, or I really got to remember to eat something before I film. Now, how do you do this? The stretch thing, not the cheese thing. Just make sure that you don't spend too long or overdraw out a stretch on the same area. Just make sure you effectively stretch the muscle. That's all. You don't need 20 different stretches for the same muscle group. Just find out the ones most beneficial to you and work with them. Make sure you have a full body routine. one that encompasses your arms, your neck, your chest, your shoulders, your back, your hips and your legs, and anything else in between. You'll find that hips and legs are an area which have got thousands upon thousands of different types of stretches for them, especially for martial arts, as certain arts are kicking orientated. So take care when looking into them and only do the ones you can do. And remember to maintain proper posture whenever possible. Keep the form even when bending down. Now, the last piece of advice I've got is this. Even I, yes me, get bored doing stretches. So what do? They invented smartphones for a reason. Just get your phone out and whack on a few videos from YouTube or Netflix. They help pass the time and you can get to work. Jojo is on Netflix, so you've got no excuse. And also my videos are on YouTube as well. Just saying. Anyway, that's all from me for today. I hope these tips help you. So if you could please like, comment any questions or things you'd like to see on this channel, subscribe, hit me up on Insta, and of course I wish you all the best with your training. Take care.